sorry, were you waiting for me? Oh my god, how embarrassing.
We all know that going out to a restaurant isn't just going out to a restaurant anymore. It's an experience. Sometimes there can be a few problems, like for example, the food arriving late or cold, or something even more disastrous, like finding a hair on your food, and the kind of hair you can't quite discern whether it's a facial hair trimming or a pube. But like I said, restaurants aren't places to fill up on calories anymore. They have to be an experience. And when going around to restaurants, one thing you'll notice is they all try to one-up each other in service. But first, I just want to say, we all love browsing. And how do we do that? Through internet browsers. Well, my favorite browser is Opera GX. And like, I want to say this isn't even like a soulless shill. I do unironically use Opera GX. You guys have seen it when I stream on YouTube. I use that all the time. It's a very good browser. It's fast, it's efficient, and it has features that other browsers don't have. For example, Opera GX now has GX Corner, where you can stay up to date on all the free games, news, and any other cool tidbits. You can even create custom profiles for your browser. For example, a streaming profile if you don't want people to see your personal darkest secrets. If you've got a PC that isn't really up to date, you can also set a potato profile to make it run much more smoothly. And to anyone out there feeling a bit brave, there's also the rogue profile setup that deletes all of your browser history as soon as you quit the app. You've also got a sidebar integration like Discord, Twitch, and WhatsApp. And one of the best features, like if you're as attention deficit as me and you constantly go from watching videos on your PC to your phone, Opera GX now has a feature where as soon as you get off your PC, it will then autoplay the video from the exact point on your phone. So every time I go to take a leak, I can get up from my computer and then keep playing the video on my phone with no interruptions. And the best thing of all, if you install Opera GX through my link in the description, it's totally free and always will be. But more importantly, in your Opera GX corner, you'll be notified with a sidebar that shows all my latest uploaded videos as they appear. So if you download Opera GX, you'll be one step closer to being like me, a YouTuber that makes overly long video game essays that no one cares about. And I just want to say thank you, Opera GX, for sponsoring this video. Most places you go to, you'll be greeted by someone with a huge grin on their face, and they walk you in like cattle, sit you down and go, thank God, I never want to deal with that person again. Usually, anywhere you go to that isn't a fast food place, you'll be greeted by the door and treated like royalty for some reason, only for them to walk you to the table, sit you down, and then forget who you are within the next 5 seconds. But this restaurant I'm talking about today, it does the complete opposite of that. This restaurant, I'm convinced, is from a mirror world opposite to our own, where every single law that should not apply in this reality is applied in this restaurant. The service is terrible, and I don't even mean like it's mediocre or like 2 out of 5 stars. It is terrible. You go inside, you are going to get bullied. The food is also atrocious and likely to give you food poisoning. And this restaurant, its name is infamous to all. The Karen Restaurant. Well, it's called the Karen Diner, but if you say Karen Restaurant, it sounds a bit better, a bit more hard-hitting.
When?
You know, just get on my face. You want a menu here?
Oh my god.
Now, I do want to say, I feel that every country in the world has like one kind of niche restaurant that capitalizes on how like weird or insane the concept is. For example, in America, I can think of the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas, fucking idiot. Video games. Somewhere that if you are over 500 pounds in body weight, you get to eat there for free. You have to dress up in like nurse gowns. And if you don't finish your meal, you get slapped. Now, I think talking about a restaurant that promotes obesity is like synonymous with America. But in Australia, it would be rudeness. And that's why the Karen Restaurant, the logo, is a literal emoji with the Karen haircut. I just want to say, as a British person, I'm going to be a little bit smug here. I think it's incredibly poetic that a restaurant in Australia was founded on being rude and mean, when, you know, in the 1700s, we sent all of our prisoners over there as well. And then said prisoners founded their own country, mostly because America went independent and they wouldn't take our prisoners anymore. So technically, Australia is entirely America's fault. Now, Karen's Diner originally launched in Sydney, Australia, but they have expanded into other areas like Forest Hill, Perth, Melbourne, Ryde, and Brisbane. So to say it's a one-off restaurant that kind of died within a month is an understatement. They've even expanded over into the UK now. They've infected our country, and they're looking at opening, I think, like 12 different restaurants in America very soon. Now, Karen's Diner did get popular, incredibly so, to the point that 7 o'clock news Boomer Media got a hold of it.
Is there a manager we can speak with?
There is a manager that you can speak with.
Well, we'd like to ask why you think it's okay to humiliate people in public.
Humiliate people. Yeah.
Only kidding, we thought we'd turn the tables on you.
Yeah. You thought you did well, didn't you?
Now, apparently, there's only 3 things you can't do in Karen's Diner apart from kill people: body shaming, racism, or any kind of homophobia. Which technically means, no, boys in the Discord group chat, you are not allowed to say what you say in that chat inside the restaurant. I do want to mention, though, that they do say you can't body shame. But then I found this TikTok of a kid taking her mum to the restaurant, and they call them a fat pig.
Is he serious? The piggies have just arrived? Are you serious?
Now, I didn't really need to explain the concept of this restaurant because, you know, the name Karen kind of does it enough. The meme that's been dead for a year. Essentially, you are served by a Karen. Someone so pompous and uptight, they think they're the protagonist in their own story. You're treated like garbage, and when you try to ask for any kind of help or, like, reheating the food, they basically just spit at you. So I do want to congratulate Australia for actually perfectly encapsulating what a CSGO or Valorant lobby feels like in real life.
Why you don't kick me into fucking noobs?
And just like any kind of lobby full of male sweaty gamers, I want to say, just because you have a disability does not mean you are off the chopping block. If anything, you're going to be targeted more. I mean, I gotta say, at least there's equality there. Now, one trend relating to this restaurant that's blew up on TikTok, and the reason why it's became famous overnight, is kids would essentially take their parents to Karen's Diner without letting them know. So these poor boomers would go to a restaurant thinking they're just gonna have, you know, like a quiet meal or something, only to get bullied into oblivion. And it is kind of sad. Someone takes their granddad there, and you can tell, like, he's not enjoying himself at all.
How about you swallow first, like I'm showing now?
Yeah. Okay, sit then. Come on.
So what you say, yeah, but you're not talking. Still my scene.
You could see his soul just totally crushed. This poor guy, I could actually cry if I watched that again. But that's the problem with running a restaurant this extreme. Unfortunately, you are going to have people that go there that are going to get offended. If anything, in this case, though, I don't really blame the restaurant, more the family, for, like, not telling them. I mean, I think it's a little bit sus if I go to sit down somewhere and then everyone around me starts pulling out their phone and filming me. Now, like I said earlier, Karen's restaurant has opened different chains in the UK. England is my city. To be honest, the Manchester one probably wins the award for the most friendly staff because Karen's restaurant is probably the only restaurant in Manchester where they can't legally throw broken glass at you. Now, obviously, since the Karen meme took off, and I don't even mean Karen's Diner, I just mean the whole concept of calling an uptight woman a Karen. No one is calling their kid Karen anymore. There are so many charts of the name Karen just falling off the face of the earth. But to the poor boomers that are already called Karen, if you go inside the Karen restaurant, there is a surprise for you.
Alright, we've got a real life fucking Karen. After 3, they say, fuck you, Karen. 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, Karen.
I always find it really interesting how, like, niche places like this do so well. You know, like I mentioned earlier, the Heart Attack Grill in America. That restaurant is wildly successful, even though it is essentially built off misery. I actually remember seeing a couple interviews, like, you know, nearly 10 years ago, and the guy that owns it is like, yes, I am killing people. I don't care.
When there are lights and sirens outside and they're bringing some person out on a gurney, you're basically in the back room counting money at that point.
Absolutely. Was that heart attack good for business? Did that heart attack pad my wallet with money? Absolutely. Did I enjoy that? Absolutely.
It's coming back to me now, actually. There's a scene in that same interview where he pulls out the ashes of someone that ate at that restaurant daily and died, and he's almost like using it as a warning. Places like that make me wake up every day and thank the heavens that I am not an American. But the fact that Karen's restaurant is open in the UK, I might have to go there. I might have to do a little video there. I'll tell you what, guys. 250,000 likes, and I will go to Karen's restaurant in the UK, and I will do a main channel video. We won't do it. It's not gonna happen. That's why I said it so high. It's not gonna happen. It's not.